A very, very warm and a hearty welcome to all of you from the entire team at BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome to the weekly Legal Current Affairs series, where we bring to you the most important legal development in the field of law. What has happened in the last week in law? So today we bring to you this very important series where we shall be talking to you about some of the major developments in the field of law. So let's see, what are those developments? The collegium system is the law of the land and must be followed. That is what the Supreme Court has said. Now, over the last couple of months, we have seen the executive, the Law Minister of India, Shri Kiran Rijiju, making a number of allegations of not being transparent about the collegium system. What is this collegium system? The collegium system is the system of appointment of judges to the High Court and the Supreme Court of India. Now, the Law Minister has criticized this system being opaque, being non-transparent. Being opaque, being non-transparent. Now, over here, what we talk about today is the fact that the Supreme Court of India, in a very recent development, has criticized the statement of the executive and has categorically stated that the collegium system of appointment of judges to the High Court and the Supreme Court is the law of the land and must be followed. Next up, a new judge in the Supreme Court of India. Former Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, Justice Dipak Datta, has been sworn in as the judge of the Supreme Court of India. So Justice Datta, who was the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, has been very recently sworn in as the judge of the Supreme Court of India. That's the next news. The third important news is the fact that the Parliament has passed the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill. A lot of talks about the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill because what we have seen in the recent past is the fact that in CLAT 2023, we have seen that the consortium has used important laws in your passages, right? Criminal Identification Amendment Act. So today we are going to talk about recent developments. Then Advocate Anup Kumar Ratan has been appointed as the new Advocate General of Himachal Pradesh. And then former judge of the Supreme Court, Justice Hemant Gupta, has also been appointed as the chairperson of the New Delhi International Arbitration Center. So two important appointments and one judge in the Supreme Court and one law, another very interesting opinion coming from the Supreme Court of India. So let's start. Now, the Supreme Court has said that to the central government through the Attorney General and the Solicitor General of India that the collegium system of appointment of judges, the collegium system insofar as appointment of judges is concerned, is the law of the land and it must be followed. It should be followed. Now, just because certain group of people in our society thinks that the system is not good. Now, let's understand this. Now, no system is perfect in this world. Every system has its own flaws. Now, the appointment system of judges in India, especially in the higher judiciary, which is the collegium system, there are a number of debate on it. Fair thought, very fair. But the fact is that it is the law of the land. And since it is the law of the land, it has to be followed by tooth and nail. Is that clear? So our law minister, Shri Kiran Rijiju, and various other ministers have made a number of statements that including the Vice President of India, that the collegium system of appointment of judges might be a little opaque, might be not in consonance with the Constitution of India. Fair thought. Now, under the Indian Constitution, everybody has the right to opinion. You have a right to speak. So do I. I have my own point of view. So do you. That's the beauty of our democracy. That's the beauty of our republic. We must follow that. But the law of the land is the law of the land, and it must be followed, whatever be your way of thinking or my way of thinking. That is what the Supreme Court has said. The Supreme Court has very categorically stated that we may, at the end, only say that the scheme of our constitution stipulates the court to be the final arbiter of the position of the law. The power to enact law is with the parliament. However, that is subject to the scrutiny of the courts. It is necessary that all follow the law laid down by this court, as otherwise section of the society may decide not to follow their own courts, even when the law laid down whether in the form of existing enactment by the parliament or laid down by the court. So, Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, the senior most judge of the Supreme Court after the Chief Justice of India, has very categorically stated that the collegium system might not be the perfect way. Many people have their own way of thinking about the collegium system of appointment of judges. But be that as it may, we must follow the law of the land. If the law of the land has been settled by the Supreme Court of India, it must be followed. Moving on, before we move on, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you certain important highlights. We bring to you a CLAT program. 300 async videos that are recorded across 5 sections, 300 plus hours of live classes, 10,000 practice questions, 25 CLAT mocks and 30 non-CLAT mocks, 2 physical books, 40 sessions on the last lap series, video solutions of CLAT and handpicked non-CLAT mocks, monthly current affairs series, and the content is based on the last 5 years of CLAT entrance examination. So if you get your CLAT program from BYJU'S Exam Prep, this is all you get. 300 recorded videos, 300 hours plus live classes, 10,000 plus practice questions. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe and get this thing done today. Moving on. The next important legal development is Justice Dipak Datta has been sworn in as a judge of the Supreme Court. Now, Justice Dipak Datta comes from the Calcutta High Court. He was elevated, and he was then elevated as the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court in 2020. Justice Datta had a great tenure in the Bombay High Court as the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court. Around 2 years he was there, more than 2 years he was there as the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court. He has given a number of important decisions. Now, he was leading the division bench which held that media trial during criminal investigation is an interference with the administration of justice, which amounts to contempt of court. So, Justice Dipak Datta, when he was there as the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, held that media trial in a criminal investigation leads to interference in the administration of justice. And when it interferes with the administration of justice, it amounts to contempt of court. He also said that these kind of acts will constitute both civil as well as criminal contempt. So he has said that if media trial takes place in a criminal investigation, that might amount to both civil and criminal contempt. Now, he was also a judge in the Ratan Soli Lut case, where he held that the governor has to decide on the recommendation of the Council of Ministers with regards to the nomination of MLC within reasonable time. Now, Governor Bhagwant Singh Koshyari, the governor of Maharashtra, had some problem with the then Chief Minister Shri Uddhav Thackeray, and the matter came before the Bombay High Court, and the Bombay High Court said that based on the recommendation of the Council of Ministers relating to nomination of MLCs members, the governor has to decide within a reasonable time. Now, the governor cannot sit on the file for a long period of time. There has to be a reasonable time for his decision. Is that clear? Each and every one of you? Are you all understanding this? Okay, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Now, next up, before we move on, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you the CLAT program. 300 plus async videos, recorded videos, 300 plus hours of live classes, 10,000 plus practice questions, 25 CLAT mocks and 30 non-CLAT mocks, 2 physical books, 40 sessions on the last lap series, video solutions on CLAT and hand-picked non-CLAT mocks, monthly current affairs and revision sessions, and these papers, these mock test series are practically all based on an extensive analysis of the last 5 years of the CLAT exam. So if you haven't got it, get it now itself. Moving on. The Parliament of India has passed the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill. Now, this was passed in the upper house, that is the Lok Sabha. Now, the bill, what does the bill aims to do? The bill aims to reduce fossil fuel-based energy consumption and resultant carbon emission to the atmosphere. So, to reduce fuel emission, petrol, diesel, kerosene, coal, to reduce this fossil fuel based energy consumption and to reduce the carbon emission to the atmosphere, this bill will play a great and a crucial role. The central government has the power to specify energy consumption standards and required designated consumption to meet minimum share of energy consumption for non-fuel sources. The bill also provides a legal framework for carbon market with the objective of incentivizing action for emission reduction, leading to increased investment in clean energy. Now, what is clean energy? You have all these e-vehicles, okay, electric vehicles. You have the solar power, the windmills. So these are all clean energy under the law. Now, we have to come up with more such types of clean energy on earth, because the private sector is more interested in the clean energy. Now, the government also wants to reduce the carbon emission in the atmosphere, wants to reduce the fossil fuel energy consumption in India, and for this reason alone, this particular bill will play a very, very important and a crucial role. Now, moving on. The Energy Conservation Act of 2001 was amended in 2010 to address various new factors which emerged with the development of energy market and to provide for more efficient and effective use of energy and its consumption. In the context of energy transmission, the special focus on promotion of new and renewable energy and national green hydrogen mission. Now, this is very, very important, okay? So, we are in our way to have a good national green hydrogen mission, okay? Now, what does this hack do? It facilitates as a 5-star nectar elements COP 2026 of 26 parties of the Glasgow 2021. It promotes, now this is very important, promotes renewable energy and development of domestic carbon market to battle climate change. Now we see that there is a humongous amount of climate change happening across the world. We need to take steps to combat this climate change that is happening. It introduces new concepts such as carbon trading and mandate use of non-fossil fossil sources to ensure faster decarbonization of Indian economy and help in achieving sustainable development goal in line with the Paris Agreement. Now, when I'm using these words, I want each and every one of you, after this session is over, go through what is sustainable development, what is the Paris Agreement, and what is climate change. Okay, whatever is taught in the class, that is not it. You need to pick up certain things like sustainable development, Paris Agreement, climate change, right? And definitely search on it and get more ideas on these issues ahead. The Energy Conservation Amendment Bill of 2022 seeks to mandate non-fossil sources including green hydrogen, green ammonia, biomass, ethanol for energy and feedstock, establish carbon market, bring large residential building within the fold of energy conservation regime, enhance the scope of energy conservation building code, amend penal provision, increase the number of governmental council in Bureau of Energy Efficiency, and empower the State Electricity Regulatory Commission to make regulation for smooth discharge of its function. So these are some of the most important changes that the government of India, that the parliament is trying to bring by virtue of the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill of 2022. Okay, moving on. Another very important news, moving on to the fourth important news. Advocate Anup Kumar Bhasin, so senior advocate Anup Kumar Ratan, okay, Anup Kumar Ratan, senior advocate, has been appointed as the Advocate General of Himachal Pradesh. So the Himachal Pradesh government has notified the appointment of senior advocate Anup Kumar Ratan as the Advocate General of the state. Now, who is the Advocate General? The Advocate General of a state is the highest law officer of the state. He is the so he happens to be the highest law officer of the state in India. So he is the highest law officer of Himachal Pradesh. Now, one very important thing is the fact that he can participate in any proceeding in the legislative assembly, but he does not have a right to vote in the legislature. He has a right to speak and take part in the proceeding of the state legislature, but he does not have a right to vote during the proceeding of the house. Very, very important. New Advocate General after the Congress got its majority in Himachal Pradesh last month. It won the election and the results are out. Yeah, you have a new Advocate General representing the government before the High Court of Himachal Pradesh. So, before we move on to the next news, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you the highlights of the CLAT program that we provide. 300 plus acing videos. These are all recorded videos, 300 plus hours of live classes, 10,000 plus practice questions, 25 CLAT and 13 non-CLAT mocks, 2 physical books, 40 sessions in the last lap series, video solutions of all CLAT and handpicked non-CLAT mocks, monthly current affair series, and the content, the mocks and the text, these are extensively based on the analysis of the last 5 years of CLAT paper. Moving on to the next important development coming from the field of law. Former judge of the Supreme Court, Justice Hemant Gupta, has been appointed by the government of India as the chairperson of the New Delhi International Arbitration Center. So, former judge of the Supreme Court of India, Hemant Gupta, has been appointed as the chairperson of the New Delhi International Arbitration Center. Now, the Appointments Committee of the central government has appointed Justice Hemant Gupta to be the chairperson of this arbitration center at Delhi. Now, he was the judge who said that hijab ban is perfect under the Karnataka law. Now, as you know, that there is a split judgment between Justice Hemant Gupta and Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia. So, Justice Hemant Gupta was the judge who said that if you are allowing women to enter college premises wearing a hijab, that is opposed to secularism. That is a much debatable topic. We are not here to debate on the hijab ban issue, but he was a judge who said that secularism is applicable to all citizens. Okay, sorry. Therefore, permitting one religion community to wear their religious symbol would be opposed to secularism concept. So that is what Justice Hemant Gupta had said in the hijab ban case. So he is that judge who has been appointed as the chairperson of the New Delhi International Arbitration Center. So guys, as we begin to prepare for CLAT 2024, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you BYJU'S CLAT Program Highlight, which consists of 300 plus recorded videos, 300 plus hours of live classes, 10,000 practice questions, 25 CLAT mocks, 30 CLAT non-CLAT mocks, 2 physical books, 40 sessions on the last lap series, video solutions for all CLAT and handpicked non-CLAT mocks, monthly current affairs series, and the content is curated on an extensive analysis of the last 5 years of CLAT. Okay, so with this, we come to the end of this session. Do subscribe and press the bell icon. Do follow us on our Instagram link. Do like our Facebook page. Do join our Telegram channel. And do not forget to download our BYJU'S Exam Prep app. There is a lot of free material that we provide once you download our app. Get the link of the app in our description box below. So guys, with this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Be at home. Don't venture out. The COVID-19 is still there somewhere on earth. Okay. So thank you. Have a great weekend. I wish you a very happy new year in advance. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care. See you.